Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, here are the girls again. I miss them. It's been a while since we last catch up. Me and Gladys went to Sikihor together, and the two of them were not able to go with us. So it was quite a long time already, right? A month or more, I think. There's the mic. So welcome back to my channel, ladies. So today we're going to talk about it's something that a lot of foreigners actually is having an issue because I'm not sure if it is common in other countries, but here it is something that they need to watch out for when they are here in the Philippines, and especially when they are establishing to be how to say this, when they're trying to establish themselves in a place. So this is something that you have to watch out for. It's not really like a lot, but it can happen to you. So this is kind of like maybe like a heads up to you guys that are coming. So we're going to talk about debt. DEBT. In our dialect, it's called utang. It's both Tagalog and Bisaya, utang. So we're going to talk about utang. And it is an act of borrowing money. To some Filipinos, some of them sadly are actually trying to take advantage of this, and especially when you are a foreigner, or not necessarily like a foreigner, if they know that you're well off or you have a job, even just knowing that you have a job, they will try to do this act. And some of them are like the intention is really paying you back, but some as well will try not to pay you back. So how are we going to deal it? Because even us locals also, it also become a problem. So let's see. I'm curious about this topic and issue, and I'm going to ask you girls, how do you deal with this situation? So maybe let's start with the one in the center. Hi, Gladys. Gladys on Love YouTube channel for those who are new here. Follow her. And so Gladys, my question is, is there a time with your employees or co-workers where they are trying to ask for salary advancement? It's like they want to borrow money, but they're like, can you just deduct it in my salary next month, or the next 5 months salary, can I have it please? So how do you deal with this kind of situation?
Hi everyone. Hi beautiful people. Speaking of cash advance, that's very common, like especially for helpers. If you have a helper, and again, the salary of a helper here is not that big, so it's easy to actually hire a helper. And we right now we have two helper working for us, and we pay them weekly so that they'll have money to spend on. And
That's
it's
a good
yeah.
strategy. Instead of monthly, you pay
Yes,
them weekly.
weekly. But even the weekly salary, I still noticed that they would ask for a cash advance. And so I made an agreement ahead of time that, okay, if you were gonna ask for cash advance, don't expect that we will have the money to borrow or to give to you. Like, give us 24 to 48 hours to decide whether or not we have the money
Okay.
to pay for you. And usually if we give you a cash advance, or if we let you loan a money that is bigger than your salary, we do that, and we deduct it to your salary, but at least maybe 10% of their salary we try to
Okay.
deduct it.
Mhm.
And they cannot borrow back unless they pay off the
Okay.
loan. So
That's
that's
good.
that's what we do. So yeah, and it's expected because again, it's
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 already
hard for them.
expected.
But so far with our employee, we don't have any problem with that.
Mm.
I think maybe it just depends on the hierarchy of work and the salary that you're getting. But
Mm.
usually with helpers, it's common to have the
Okay.
experience for your helpers to ask for cash advance.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Where do you think it stems from? Because it's really common with that kind of industry, like the gardeners, the helpers. Is it maybe because it's the salary is very low for them, or it's not enough? Yeah.
Definitely. It's really because it's not enough. And that's why we try to also create opportunities for the first helper that we had here. Um, so the salary is 8K per month. Yeah, we try to create like we try to open a store in the Valencia market that she
Okay.
can manage. That way her salary will double. Because I think we
Okay.
told her, okay, manage the stall in the market and you get 3% out of the wholesale.
Wow.
But again, you cannot expect them to. After 1 month, she decided to leave us and get married. So we didn't even had the capital of building the business.
Oh my gosh.
So it's quite risky as well
Mm.
to help them kind of level up from where they are. And the lesson there that I learned is, you can suggest to them, but you cannot expect for them to really grab the opportunity and work
Yeah.
towards it.
Mm-mm.
Because maybe if they already have that mindset, they will not be in that job anyway, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But whenever there's an opportunity, we always try to provide for them like, opportunity to grow as well.
That's so
Because
good of
anyway, my
you.
kids will grow up. So I don't want them to just think of themselves as I'll just be a helper here. If there is
Mm.
opportunity, if they have other skills that they want to cultivate, we really encourage them.
That's so good of you to provide opportunities as well so that there will be less utang.
Yeah, definitely.
At the same time, it's really good also for them to grow, and who would know? Some of them might be talented in another thing
Exactly. Yeah.
except of just cleaning, right?
True.
That's very good. Is there anything you want to add, Maya and Shay, regarding that kind of employment issue when it comes to utang in the employment industry?
The cash advance. I think I just want to add the part where um, Gladys said about because the salary is small. I
Mhm.
think even if your salary is small, if you know how to budget your money,
Okay.
I think it's doable. Even if, especially 8,000, I think that's pretty big here in the
For the
Philippines.
provinces,
Yes.
yeah.
So I think the problem here is the money management. It's I think that is what is the problem here in our society.
Mm-mm.
We don't have we are not taught in our schools how to budget
Yeah, it's
money.
true.
Even our parents don't know how to budget money.
Exactly right.
So they cannot teach us also how to manage our finances.
Mm-mm. Even when we heard someone like having the lottery, like winning the lottery for 1 million, and then after a few months, the million is gone.
Yes.
And I think that stems from that there's no education on how to
Yeah.
manage the millions.
Yeah. I think here in the Philippines, if you really want to excel, you have to teach yourself
Mm.
because like me, my parents they don't have any skills in managing money at all. I learned everything through the videos that I watch on YouTube, the books that I read. There's nobody that helped me or taught me how to manage
Yeah.
money.
Exactly.
I like the fact that Eli and Gladys are teaching people to how to fish instead of just waiting for the fish to be cooked. Yeah, so it should be that way. We are rebuilding my parents' family house, and I have also experience about workers wanting to get a cash
Oh yeah.
advance.
Mm-mm.
I don't know, maybe I'm not so Filipino in this way, but I used to just like really get pissed off when I hear cash advance because for me,
Mm.
in the corporate world, like in the call center, we cannot do that.
Yeah,
Like we get
exactly.
paid based on our performance or based on the
Results.
days and times
Yeah.
we go work, but like let's say for example we are doing the roofing right now
Yeah.
on the house, and our agreed fixed price is 20K, and then during the first day they want to get a cash advance of 5K, and I don't know how this
Okay.
works. I thought fixed price is you pay them right after
The
everything
work.
is done, right after the roof is done, but they wanted 5K, not even the whole day of
Oh my
doing the
gosh.
job. But I was like, I told my dad, I was like, okay, I'm gonna give them this 5K, and from now on, they have to finish. I mean, I'm not going to release any more money until they finish the job, because this is fixed price. It's not day to day kind of work. If it's the foreman and his laborer asking for that day's job or 2 days job, yes, I'm definitely going to give them that, because it's they're being paid day by day. But if it's a fixed price, no, I get mad.
You get mad. So yeah, that's something that you need to watch out for, especially for those who are trying to come here and planning a business. That is quite common. So you just have to watch out for that. And I think it's important to, on the first day, to orient them and expect, even if you're doing the orientation about this, still expect that some would try their luck on this. And I also would like to emphasize on the tolerance, because a lot of people would tolerate this, and that's why you girls are good, because you're trying to offer more and you are trying to emphasize on education, and you are trying to like just no, like boundary no, and I think that's what they need to, because a lot of people tolerate, it's okay, it's just 1,000. It starts small. Usually it starts small, and then they're so good in this. And then after a while, it's going to become big and big and big and big. And then after that, you're just going to be surprised that, oh, next month or a few weeks, she's not going to come back. And how can she pay back in that one? And you cannot really like find her anymore. She's already in another island. So that's something for you to take note of, all right? So in the next one, we're gonna cover which one first? The relatives. Let's cover the relatives part on utang. What is your experience on this, and how did you manage it?
Well, my relatives, they think, especially to me, they think that I poop money. So every time like they have a problem, they come to me. And at the beginning, because I'm a very generous person and I like helping, but also I just realized this lately that I've been too kind, that sometimes people would like step on my boundaries, that they think that they could just get money from me because I'm very generous. They know that if they ask money from me, I will give. It came to the point that they were telling me that you're so kind because you have so many money because you have foreigner. Give us some,
Oh, that
help us. So after this, I feel so disrespected. So I started like choosing people who I have to help, like my sister,
okay.
because she needs my help badly because she has like 3 kids. So like even her, I put boundary because sometimes she would ask me money like every week, and it's not like very small amount, and it's not all the time I have extra. I also have bills to pay, food to buy, you know.
Exactly.
So every time she says "te," like
The intro.
sister, I will not read it unless I have extra money, because I feel bad also if I cannot give.
That's the thing.
So I cannot send the message because I will feel bad that I cannot help her. So every time a relative, especially if a relatives that I don't like, I just put them in the restricted message. And that's how I put boundaries.
I think we have to sometimes, because some of them really, sadly, some of them are like really like, you have a foreigner, that issue, like they have this mindset that if you are associated with or if your partner is a foreigner, they thought that you have dollars, you have a lot of money to waste. So we also need to educate these people that we're not pooping money here.
And sometimes when they need something, they will call me and I will be there. And it's not like I want to receive compliments or anything, but even just say thank you. But after I help them, acted like I don't exist there anymore. So I was like, oh, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'll put boundaries. So now they notice that I'm a bit distant. So they keep messaging me. Christmas time.
Oh yeah, it's Christmas. I
Also, I'm noticing in our culture in the Philippines, like it's very ingrained to us to really help our family.
yeah.
So that's why we feel guilty if we don't, right? But I also realized that, if we're always there for them to help them when they're having challenge, it somehow um, cripple them, or we're tolerating them instead of them finding ways to actually survive. They will just rely on us. But if we really stop supporting or stop helping, because I did that, I also felt similar to you. And for me, I was like, oh, I have a better job and I have extra money, and this sister of mine, like, she's the only one who's working, the partner is not really reliable. So I'd be obligated to, I feel obligated to help. But then I realized, like, okay, what if I don't? And she still survived. She's still able to have a birthday party and all.
There you go.
So I think it
Sometimes it's just us,
Yeah.
trying to be a hero.
exactly. And sometimes we need that. We need those challenging moments for us to really unleash the potential. Like, oh, I'm actually resourceful. I can find money. I can find resources, and I don't have to just burden other people to do that. So that's just my take on it. But again, it's so hard to let go of that because we're
Yeah.
programmed to think of, like, we're obligated to give back. But right now, I'm not thinking of giving back. I'm thinking of how can I pay it forward for those people who have helped me, for the family that have helped me. Like, how can I pay it forward towards other people as well, right? So, yeah. How about
Thank you,
you?
Gladys.
No, I am very selective when it comes to lending money to people. Again, I'm not so very Filipino in this aspect because, you know, talking about setting boundaries, I think I'm kind of like an expert of setting boundaries in this area. When I say I'm selective, I only let relatives or let's say friends borrow money from me if it's emergency. When I say emergency, if it is somebody sick or somebody is dead. If you are
Okay.
borrowing money from me because you forgot to pay a bill or that you forgot that oh today's your delivery and you weren't able to allocate money for that because you forgot, that's not an emergency. I should not yeah, it is not my responsibility to rescue you from your inability to discipline yourself because especially bills are a monthly thing. It's a monthly expense. How can you forget? How can you forget to to pay your rent? How can you forget to pay your electricity? No, you you don't forget that. Like Maya said earlier, we are all working moms, working women. If we are able to manage of how little the money we are getting, people can also do that.
Exactly.
But yes, when it comes to relatives, but I'm kind of like lucky because I'm not really so close to my relatives. It's really just my family, my parents and my brothers. And even with my brother, the middle brother, you know, from time to time, like probably once a month or once in 2 months, he would say, "Do you have money in GCash? Can I borrow 200 pesos?" Just that's a very small amount. 200 pesos is just change, right? But I would immediately say, "No, I don't have money." You know why? Because he's working in a call center and he is a manager. How can you not have 200 pesos? How can you not 200? Yeah, exactly. So if he borrows money from me because he's sick or that, you know, he's like, again, either it's sickness or death, I am more than willing
That's
to.
Shay.
I'm more than willing to lend people. I mean, to let people borrow money. But then, by the way, do not give this. Don't. What do you call this? How do I say this? I don't have money to let. To, to lend you anyway. But seriously, even if I have an extra money, I just really do not let people borrow money easily because
You're working hard for
borrowing money kinds of like blur the relationship you have with that person. It's either a relative or friends. It blurs the relationship, and then with me being shy about, hey, when can you pay me back, or do you have the money now? I never ask. We just kind of like assume that they're going to pay you on an agreed
Yeah, that's the
date,
thing.
right? And if they don't pay, you're like, oh my god, I need the money, but I'm too shy to ask him or to ask them. So that's why I do not put myself in a difficult position where I'm having hard time asking them, hey, where's the payment?
Yeah, exactly. So let's. Okay, go ahead.
I just want to add about the part where you said that when they ask money and it's like sour the relationship, because it happened to me so many times.
I see.
Yes, and some of them are very close to me, and the friendship ended just because of money.
Okay.
So it ended like they are blocking me because I was asking for the payment and they don't want to pay me back, or me posting on Facebook because I was so angry that I want them to feel that 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 they need to pay me. So yeah, it really ruins relationship when you lend someone, especially your close friends, money.
I kind of like put this rule in my friendship wherein I don't want to borrow money from you, and I do not want to be borrowed money. Again, exception is again sickness or death. Because emergency, right? Again, if you forgot to pay your rent, you can't ask. I'm not the person that you have to ask for because I wouldn't be able to rescue you. If it's a bill in the hospital, maybe I can spare some money. I wouldn't even ask you to pay me back because that would be my help to you. But again, in case of emergencies, I would.
Were
If
there-
if I'm in the position to help, I would. But other than that, if friends start asking, starts borrowing money, I kind of like get turned off.
You
Like,
get turned off, and it's
yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah, because you are working, I am working. If you're able to manage your finances, I should be able to manage my finances. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm not a good friend.
You're good in a way because you're teaching them how to fish, as you said. But was there a time where you got hated because of that behavior?
Yeah, of course. No, I've stopped talking to a couple of friends because they
Okay.
forgot to. No, not that they
They
forgot, but
They
they did not pay me back.
Oh.
And for a working single mom, 5,000 pesos is like a million pesos.
Exactly.
You know,
It's a lot
it is
already.
big.
Yeah.
And
It's already
for you to disrespect my hard work, my hard earned money,
Exactly.
and not pay me back,
Yeah.
for me that's an ingredient, that's a recipe to just end the friendship. I'm sorry to say, but I would end my friendship with you because it's not really about the money itself, it's your
Wow.
disrespect
Yeah.
for how I worked hard for that money. And also, if you borrow money from me and I have to kind of like sacrifice my expenses, like this, for example, okay, you're going to borrow 5K, I earn like let's say 20K, right? And then my expenses is like, let's say just for example 10K.
Yeah.
So that 5K is supposedly for like let's say savings, right? So I'm sacrificing my savings, right? So I'm letting you borrow my savings.
Yeah.
So in situations where you have to ask money and I have to sacrifice my own money, sacrifice my utility. I wouldn't pay my utility bill because
Yeah.
I want you to have this, because you need this more than me right now. I used to be like that, but not anymore. I will never ever sacrifice my
Yeah.
bills for people to borrow that money
Mm.
specifically for that,
Mm.
because it always ends up me not being able to pay my own bill
Yeah.
because I let other people borrow that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.